Hello everyone, or no one, and welcome to Devo Gaming. I'm a bad gamer and I played Mafia, the Definite Edition, and I found this. This game have all the cliches from the gangster movies, which makes it brilliant. It has a guy named Tommy.
This here's Tommy Angelo.
Tommy.
That one weird little guy.
Cow says moo and the chicken says quack. What does the bird say?
It has the good boss turning bad boss.
Hey boss, it's done.
No trouble?
Yeah, nothing we couldn't handle, Mr. Salieri.
Good, good. Sit down.
And it has the inevitable betrayal.
Hey Tom.
Sam. What the hell's going on?
You and Polly put me in a bad spot.
And of course, family. And you can never, ever run away from your past.
Mr. Angelo.
Yes.
So, I played Mafia, the Definite Edition, which is a remake of the first Mafia game from 2002. I have never played a Mafia game or know anything about them, but I assume it's about being in the Mafia, which is correct. The game takes place in the 1930s, and that's a time period I think is quite interesting, and I think they really captured the essence of that time period in this game. After playing this game, it's especially one thing that left a good impression on me, and that was the narrative and how the story of this game is unfolded. I love how they are telling the story and the story itself in this game. It starts off in the present, where Tommy, the main guy, is talking about his past to a police officer, where he wants to witness against a crime family to protect his own family. Then you go back in time and get to play out the bits of the story and go through the events that happened in the past. And for me, this was a banger way of telling a story by going back and forth from the present to the past and playing out whatever happened. I think the cutscenes, the dialogue and the gameplay is really well tied together to bring this story to life in a very, very satisfying way. I have already mentioned that the game have all the cliches of a Mafia franchise, but I think they're done really, really well. And it's some good gameplay added to it as well. If there's something to point fingers on, yes, driving these old but golden cars can be a bit of a hassle. But you have maximum tire squeal before you even reached walking speed, so it kinda makes up for it.
Now brings you a special weather report. The heavens have opened, folks, and we're...
But be prepared, you might need a few attempts on missions that involve a lot of driving. Shooting can also sometimes feel a little bit wanky. But hey, what do you expect from really, really old guns? Not exactly accurate, but holding an old Tommy gun totally makes up for it in coolness. It also have a free ride mode where you can freely explore the city and drive around. I didn't really find anything interesting to do in this mode. Maybe I missed something there, but it felt like it was just a way to be in the city for the sake of being in the city, and maybe look for some collectible stuff or something like that, or just drive around the town chilling. But for me, this game was all about the story and the missions, and I kinda regret not playing it back over 20 years ago, but hey, better late than never. The game itself is very short, it's like 10 to 12 hours of gameplay. if you just focus on the story and the missions. But for me, that was like a 10-hour-long movie that you got to play, and you had an absolute blast. And I'm curious to see if the other Mafia games is anywhere near like this, because I'm looking forward to continuing this series of games, for this was a pretty damn good start. So on the Delo gaming scale out of 10, we are putting this game at a very good 8 out of 10. So I will now leave you with the wise words of wisdom from the Steam reviews and Tommy Angelo, and I bid you farewell. I have never hated a video game level more than the race on this game. Now I got to relive the worst of my childhood in 4K HD. Nobody is ever going to read any of my reviews, but I just wanna say that this Mafia 1 remake of the story is incredible. It shows what it's like being a part of the mob between what is good and bad. Classic game, the storyline, the filming, the soundtrack, almost everything. Ignore the few glitches it has, but this is how to remake a game right. Great game, but the racing missions might be the hardest thing I have ever played in a game. The story is good, the action is nice, but the open world is pretty much useless. I just finished this game. Incredible! Why did I miss it when it first came out? I'm clearly an idiot. Sure, the story is good enough until the end part. The gameplay is probably good enough in 2002, but is really bad today. Whoever made the race missions needs to be jailed.
You're all safe. Remember that money, jobs, even best pals will come and go. But family is forever.